All right, guys, get ready. This is a good one. Stick around until the end. Pretty eventful. This is another local tournament play. I'm playing against the guy who runs the tournaments, and don't know him too well yet. We've been around for a little while. He plays in the same Masters League, so we might get to see him in Masters videos if he and I play against each other. He's got a very strong team for Masters, so I am looking forward to playing them. That is coming up here in a couple weeks. So they're the team to beat as far as I can tell. So that should be exciting. But this is the same tournament that I played in that previous video. If you haven't seen that one, definitely check that one out. That's a really good video as well. Benny is also a really great player. I don't specifically know his Fargo 500s somewhere, maybe mid 500s, but I'm not sure exactly. Um, but like I mentioned in that previous video with the tournaments, it's just a race to three, so it's really quick format. A little swing in the match can really change things. And these videos, I'm really enjoying doing these videos because not only do I get the overhead view from the tournament camera, but they're kind of shorter form than the Masters videos, right? So kind of condensed action and definitely some good play in here. So like I said, stick around, check this one out. Bit of an awkward shot to open up with. I was hoping to shape the three. I knew that the 2 ball was going to be available, but it's not pretty getting past the 11 ball. The 2 ball does go, but you have to really cheat it to the right-hand side of that pocket. And again, this is going to be a little awkward having to reach for the 2 ball. So a lot can go wrong here, but don't really have great safety options either. So at this point in the night, this was a couple weeks ago, I was just kind of attack mode. I was seeing the outs. Lots of layouts were just looking like outs to me. So we're able to slide that one through. Goes clean. And good speed to lay up the 3 ball. Problem with the 3 ball is that we're kind of on the wrong side of it. We did roll out just a little bit too much, but I didn't want to underhit that 2 ball and risk leaving it in the jaws. So from here, the 3 ball's available. I do believe the 7 ball goes, which might seem like a weird choice, but if you shape the 1 ball from the 7, then it's pretty natural shape to clear out the rest of them. So I don't know if we take the 3 and try to get a line on something else from there, or if we just attack the 7 ball right now. I'm looking at a line off the 7, so I think we just go from the 7 to the 1. So as I've said recently, a lot of the work and practice has been mental game, settling in, and kind of just feeling confident, playing like you're in a fun game with friends. So good stroke on the 7. Underhit that one a little bit though. This should still be salvageable. We should be able to make something work off the 1. If you really had to, you could consider a cut on the 6 in the side. And it's hard to tell from here if I have the right line on the 4 ball to make it go down in the bottom left. But I think we're still okay. Rolling off this 1 ball and potentially shaping the 6 or the 3. Yeah, so we're able to just kind of glide down. We get a good line on the 3 ball. And this is going to be the key shot here to get shape. Because we do have to negotiate this cluster in the center of the table. You'll notice that after the break, I mean, very little ended up near a rail. And it's sort of a minefield type situation, right? When everything's clustered there in the center. Limits your options, limits your lines. But we're able to play clean. Looks like we're going after the 4, which means I didn't feel as confident about getting from the 3 to the 6 or the other way around. Unfortunate. Yeah. So tried to hold it too much, basically, was the issue on that one. Needed to just kind of pinch back off the 4 to get a good look at the 6. And this is that same idea of maybe getting a little too greedy, trying to get out. We let up on that stroke on the 4 ball, so just didn't hit it great, but getting a little too greedy, trying to go for the immediate break and run on the first rack, and then leaving your opponent an open table. And really, I mean, there's not too much to do here. As long as he gets good from the 10 to the 9, he should be fine. Oh, maybe took that one for granted, or was too focused on getting good on the 9, because you want the proper angle on the 9 ball to get down into the good zone for the 11. So tricky here because pocket's blocked for the 6. Luckily, we have a ball, this 4 ball, that can put us in a good area for a cross corner bank on the 6. Interestingly enough, this shot comes up twice in this match, so keep an eye out for the second one. I'm just getting kind of a better look at the big picture here, and if I am forced to play that cross corner bank on the 6, which I think at this point you are, other options, you know, maybe you roll the 6 into the 10, and then maybe you sell out a shot on the 9, which we don't love, or if the cue ball comes a little farther, you're going to give him a look at the 11. Getting safe is tricky here, is the thing. Maybe you go safe. I guess the other option would be to go safe, thin off the 6, make his ball and leave him behind the 6. That's actually not, I don't think that would have been a bad option here. But like I said, I'm going for the jugular, you know, I'm going aggressive on these. I'm looking at my line off the 6 ball to where I'm going to go past the 3. You could theoretically hold it. I think you could play the 6 kind of soft and try to end up in this area for the 3 in the bottom left. But I think the better play is to open this up a little bit and get a clean line for the 6. And then you end up below the 3, probably playing the 3 in the top side. The angle's a little funky there playing the 6. I had to play it sort of full into the bottom jaw because the natural angle, you could see it was tracking towards the corner pocket. And that's lights out. You know, you scratch from here. Pretty much anybody who plays in this tournament is going to run that out. And we've got a good look at the 3. You could either roll this in and leave it here for the 8. But I decided to play a little fuller into the 3 and roll past. Natural look at the 8 in the bottom left here. Should snag this one. And so much of this tournament comes down to making sure you win the game on your serve, basically. So if you're breaking, you really want to be winning that game. Avoiding scratching on the break, right? All the kind of conventional wisdom comes into play. So Ben's got a good looking open table here. I think probably stripes are a little more complicated just based on the 15-9 there in the bottom right hand corner of the screen. But BCA rules, you have an open table after the break. So he's got choice. And then your first shot claims. Just a little bit of a snip draw to hold it there. And he's got some work to do, but definitely manageable. Going in short side on the 15 is not a bad play, because then you're taking care of your trouble balls early. This is a demanding shot, but it can definitely go if you have a good stroke. See, he undercut that and it played into the rail, but just based on the speed, it was going to cooperate. On a valley table, that goes in with pretty much any speed. Now, the exact opposite case there, right? Kind of hammered it into the side, hit the jaw at a smoother, softer speed. That ball goes down. But with a firmer stroke, these diamond jaws will spit that back out. Now again, top right corner is blocked with a stripe. Kind of an interesting take again on this next rack. Same kind of situation. So we have to manage the 6 and the 3. We have a good look at the 4 ball to open up. Maybe the 4 takes us to the 5, and then we use the 5 to get back up table. Anywhere in that zone should be fine. Getting straight on it would be the worst outcome here. Outside of just not getting a look at the 5, of course, but maybe getting down on the short rail. Look to overplay it a little bit. But above or below the 5 are fine. You just have to commit to one or the other. Well, this is looking a little straight. We're above it. We have a bit of an angle to work with. Probably going to go high right to spin back up table. From here, you could run into the 13, but a little nudge on the 13 would help. We're going to be kind of doing one of these into this rail and out. Potential contact on the 13, which sends you up the same direction as long as you don't hit it too full. Yeah, I'm using a closed bridge off the rail, which means I'm kind of powering up. I'm gonna put a little juice on this one. Yeah, our nudge on the 13. Okay, so we're heading up table. Oh, unfriendly. So we don't get a good look at the 1. The 3 banks, I can't see myself really attacking that. I think, again, you could theoretically just play off the 6 to try to make the 9 ball. Harder to make the 9 ball in this rack than it was to make the stripe in the previous rack. We could also just send the 2 ball towards the 9 and claim that pocket. Hope you guys are enjoying these tournament videos. They've been a lot of fun for me. Like I said, slightly different kind of the duration and different format, different rule set. It's nice to change it up. Oh, okay, so I just tried to simple safe, just hide him behind the 2 so I don't give him a look at the 9. He's probably still got a piece of it. Obviously, he's always going to be able to hit the 13 and the 12, so not a great situation for us at this point. But yeah, this tournament's great. A lot of really strong players. So he wants to just put me down behind the 8. Good play, good speed. This is jumpable. You can jump at the 2 ball here. I normally like my jump for this kind of thing, but I could see myself kicking at this because if you do kick at the 2, if you hit it full, you've got your nice good hit and you're never going to give up ball in hand. If you hit it thin, you're sending the 2 towards the 9 potentially. Could even go off the 1. If you make it, cool, you're probably going to have a look at something else. If you don't, maybe there's a chance it clusters things up on the 9. This is just all about getting control back, because right now, the way everything is lying, he's got control of the rack. But I'm the guy at the table, so let's see if we can do something with this. I was just briefly considering kicking into the 3 or the 6. I didn't really see a future in it. Not sure it would really avail me too much. This was the first match of the night, I believe, so I put on my vest because I was a little not fully warmed up, we'll say. Yeah, full hit on the 2. Kind of unfortunate to get a double kiss on it to give him a nice setup on the 9, but it's hard to get safe from there. I think the hope was to tie something up. He's not going to want to make the 9, which is interesting. He could certainly get out from here if he started with the 9. Shape the 14 on the side or something like that. But yeah, he makes a good shot on the 14. Those are tricky. Lots of open space. Makes a good shot on the 14 to open up. Now he's kind of got to do the 9 unless he wants to go short side on the 13. I say take the 9 to the 13. This way. Or, up and out. Yeah. 13, 12. Oh, a little much. And a nudge off the 1. He could still make this work. I don't know if you like the 13 here or if you go with the 12 and just come down and back. Those are so missable, man. Yeah, tough call either way. Let's see. I don't know if he gave me the 6. The 6 ball would be our best option, most likely. And maybe roll into the 1 and the 2. I could probably avoid those and get back out above the 3. Yeah, I'm looking at my lines. I think it naturally wants to send you towards the 1, so playing into that's a little dicey. It's hard to predict. I might just kind of correct this with some inside and get back above the 3. Yeah, cool. So I was able to sort of stun with inside and avoid hitting them. Now we should just be able to, yeah, here you go. Just pinch off the 3 into this area, and anywhere over here is going to be fine for the 2 or the 1, and 1 leads naturally to the other. Oh, I overhit it. Yeah, I pulled back too much. Up here is tough now because the cue ball doesn't naturally want to really stay there for the 1. You don't want to slow roll this. In fact, it could roll into the 1. We're on the rails, so we can't really... I don't want to jack up, although probably jacking up is the way to go. I just tried to smooth it with outside. I just tried to use left spin to open that up, and it's not the right way to play that. Just a bad decision. So now we're looking at a super thin cut on the 1. Luckily, there's a lot of table to slow down the cue ball when you turn this loose. You make this shot, you have a pretty good chance of getting above the 8 and getting a shot on the 8, but shot on the 1 ball did not need to be this difficult. And as a result, we flub that. And serve him up a nice look at the 12. Ben should get out from here. We wanted that game. Take his serve, right? Win on his serve, and then try to just control the next rack. It's a good smooth play. Maybe a little steep on the 13, but he should be fine here. A little thick on that, but he knows these tables. Runs the tournament, so he's on this one. This is table 1, so he knows how that plays. And that works. All right, we're warmed up now. Vest is off. It's serious. Trying to clean up my second ball break. I noticed in editing that I was making contact with a head ball sometimes. Unintentionally, obviously. I'm trying to play a second ball break, but I want to try to clean that up. I'm still getting good results. Like, it was working out fine before, but don't need to be doing that. This is a good spread. Honestly, either suit is okay. I think I would prefer the solids. I could see me going for solids here, 6 to the 3. Yeah, you probably take the 6, stay down here, play the 3 to the 4. The 4 does go past the 11. We want to... Yeah, I was looking at my line to get on the 3. I already looked at the 4. 4 must go. This looks pretty nice. I don't see a ton of problems here. The 2 is a little funky maybe because you're going to want to run into the 14 unless we get on the lower side of the 2. Cross that bridge when we get to it, though. I think as long as we get a good line off the 4 ball to get back up table, we're fine. You just got to focus on playing this clean, I think. Don't try to get too greedy. 4 goes. I'm just making sure I'm sighting this in properly. Just line yourself up. Good, clean, straight delivery. I'm going to try to punch off this, though. I am getting greedy. Spicy boy. I wanted to give myself a choice, I guess. I wanted to get close enough to the center of the table that I could theoretically play the 2, 5 in the side, the 1 in the corner, and then the 8. But I think we reconsider here because if we go 5 and then the 1, then the 2 could naturally take you towards the 8. Probably a higher percentage, yeah. But we don't want to be, the problem is we don't want to be above the 1 ball. We really want to be kind of below it so that it sends us towards the 2. We don't want to hit the 10 into the 8. We double checking that. Good call. Let's get on the right side of the shot line for the 1 ball. This looks pretty good. Yeah, that's ideal, really. You want to be below it. We're not going to mess with the 10 ball at all. And then anywhere along this line is fine. If you use an angle off the 2-ball, it's going to bring you back down towards the 8. If you get straight on the 2-ball, just draw it straight back. I trust my draw stroke accuracy for that kind of thing. We have a bit of a back cut, but this is still workable. Yeah, totally fine. And we're straight, but again, I'm not even looking at my zone. I know where I'm going. Just get on the long rail. Pretty clean. I could have gotten tidier, but I think you just don't want to mess with the side pocket at all. There's no reason. Solid. That's what you got to do, man. Keep them in their chair. Ben's making everything, including the cue ball, though. Yikes. This is a big opportunity. Win the set right here. If you play solids, you got to take care of your 3-ball. Shape on the 3 is no good. If you take stripes, the 9's in kind of a weird spot. Maybe you play the combo on the 9 to the 11, leave the 9 in the pocket. I remember this rack, I think it's because it was such an interesting pattern. Shape on the 13 is weird too, though, because it doesn't go past the 7. Obviously, it doesn't go here. It doesn't go here until you make the other stripe up there. Really, you'd want to open with a 13, probably. Yeah, I'm scouting out the combo from the 9 to the 11, but I think getting shape on the 13 is tricky. Do we just open with that? What's our key ball? Top left corner? Because the 8 goes past the 7. I'm looking at a run out here all day, especially with ball in hand, but I think, yeah, you really got to solve the weird center table situation. Yeah, I like this play because you're cleaning up the 13. You're always going to get on the 11 or the 14 as a backup. The 9 to the 11 combo is still fine. Or you take the 11 now and then you don't have to play a combo. You're just going to make the 9 in the top right. Yeah, I don't mind this. And the 14 takes you to the 12. 12 in the bottom left. Yeah, I think probably the only tricky part is going to be key ball. We don't want the 9 as the key ball, that's for sure. Getting shape from the 12 to the 9. We had a bit more angle than I thought, or I just cut it weird. Now we're gonna probably take the stripe in the top left and get shape on the 9. I think it's the 12 here on the bottom center. Yeah, I think we're just drawing off that guy, getting back out. And yeah, it's a bit of a stretch here. It's a pretty good way to play this, though, staying close to the long rail so that you're not coming out into the center of the table and losing your line on the 9. Now things are tough, though. You probably have to take the 9. And then if I can get around the 4 and the 2, which I think I can, playing thicker into the 9, then this is your zone for the 12. It's 2 challenging shots in a row to get shape. Making the 9's not tough, right? But getting good shape on the 12 is tough. And then playing into this zone so that you play the 12 here and then float off the 12 over into this area. It'd be a strong win, I'll say that. Yeah, I'm looking at... You don't want to be that high, though. You really do have to be closer to the bottom long rail. I think we're going to kind of done off the 9. Maybe a little bit of check side to throw us off it a little bit. Yeah, a little bit of spin, probably, just to catch the rail. But we played the 9 at the perfect angle to not run afoul of the 4 or the 2. Now we're in pretty good shape. We really just have to bear down and hit a smooth stroke on the 12. The cue ball naturally wants to go across table, but you do have to pinch a little bit of draw. Otherwise, it's going across table, but it wants to come down here, basically. So you have to straighten out the line and go towards the second and third diamond on the top left. Oh, dude, pretty close. That would have been a nice out. Now we're in trouble because any 8-ball player worth his salt knows that you want to just keep control. You could very easily get ball in hand from here. Getting out is possible. I think, the 3 ball's a problem for him. He could maybe get it right now. He might be able to play the 7 and come into the 3-8. Oh, is he going safe, or is he playing the 4 on the side? No, he's making them. Gonna make a couple. He needs a plan for the 3 ball, though. I think the 7 goes. It either goes clean, or for sure it could go off the 12. Mm-hmm. Okay. Might have come out a little more just to get more options. He called safe. Okay. Yeah. I don't mind that play, actually. He called safe, making the ball, and then leaving me behind the 2. This is probably jumpable. You could dart stroke to get past the 7. I'm looking at kicking this, which I think is fine. It's a big angle because there's so much rail here where you're hitting into this rail. Any of that is going to work. Any of this is going to work. So you've got a lot of space. The 7 really shouldn't get in the way too much. I think we just go medium speed, maybe a little bit of a high ball. Oh no, we missed that by a lot. Huh. I'll have to look at that one. I haven't been missing many of those lately. Must have just miscalculated. Lost my aim point or something. He's going safe again, which is fine. I mean, the 12 is locked up. And I can make a good hit on this, but I mean, there's not a ton of value unless you end up behind the 12. It's also very, very itchy down there. So I think you go at this pretty full. Yeah. Come into this pretty full, low speed. You don't want too much on the cue ball. You're not trying to bust these up. Oh, we missed it. You should get out here. 3-7-2. It wouldn't be too tough to get from the 2 to the 3 short side, but yeah, I think maybe just kind of a stop shot on the 3, and then you've got a good angle from the 7 to get on the 2. It is a little funky getting from the 2 back down to the proper side of the 8, but I could see him taking care of this. Yeah, good way to get shape on the 2. And as long as he hits this good, he's fine. And tying it up, we were not able to capitalize on scratch on the break. Got a little too much out of this one. And he's not having to shoot over the 12, which is good, and just immediately calls it in the side, because of course you're going in the side, and puts it down. good finish. Good confidence there, too. Hill. We had our chances in those two. We're not able to win on his serve. Solid second ball break. All right, man. Let's pick this one apart. Solids are looking pretty juicy. The 3 ball is probably the toughest on the table, really. We have a great look at the 2 to open up. I think the 2 naturally sets you up for the 7 and the 1. The 1 goes here, the 7 goes here. As long as you get up table with the 4 or the 5, one of those might give you an angle to get on the 3, and then 3 ball is a perfect key ball to set you up for the 8. I think we're out here. It's kind of a like aggressive way I've been shooting. I'm getting out here. Yeah, pop this in. Tidy little kind of snip draw. Make sure you're on the right side of the proper side of the 1 so that you can float out and get a look at the 7. 9 is not in my way, but I just want to make sure I'm not doing anything silly and tricking myself with those. Yeah, good little punch out. I don't know if we can hold it here off the 7 or if we're going to have to go into the bottom long rail and then out for the 4. Because like I said, the 4, the 5, the order of those may not matter too much, but you do have to really commit. Once you get off the 7 ball, you have to really commit to how you're getting to the 3. The 4 looks really nice to take you to the 3, right? You could certainly get there from the 5. Juicy. We just wanted to get way too much out of it. So it's fine. I would say now that we are reasonably straight on the 4, why risk it? Why try to get off the 5 and get the proper angle on the 4? Just play the 4 and then use the angle that you have on the 5 to get over for the 3. That's speed control at that point. The cue ball naturally wants to go there anyway. Probably draw back just a little bit to make it easier. This might have made it harder. Got a bit too much out of that. But I'm liking my speed on the table so far. I'm pretty much ending up where I want to be. Yeah. Get flat on the 3. Stop shot on the 3, or maybe, get greedy and pinch back a little bit. But don't see this being a problem. It's good speed. That is right where you want to be. A reasonable person would just hit a stop shot on this. I'm probably going to pinch it back. Not too much to ask to get neat. I'm trying to tidy shape on the 8 though from here. I think it's fine. Yeah. Overdrew it actually a little bit, but we don't need to be perfect on this guy. Solid. Hope you guys like that one. Thanks for checking these out. It's a good match. Like I said, loving this tournament format, loving the play out there. It's keeping me sharp. It's really fun to do the commentary on these because just getting sharp and then bringing that back to Masters has been really rewarding, as you'll see in some of the Masters videos coming up. So stay tuned. Thanks for sticking around till the end. Do the YouTube things. Make sure to like the video. If you have not subscribed, please do so. Just adding to the community. It's great to see more people in here, getting more comments, and just all of us making each other better all the time. So thank you for checking me out and sticking around until the end, and I will see you guys again soon.